I'm back at it after a long break. I think about like 5 months without recording an episode, but we are back, and I am back with one of my old guests, Jarrell Crossan. Say hello.
How we doing?
And today we're gonna be talking about our up and coming MLB playoffs. You know, MLB against that postseason as we start to get to the World Series and all that. And so we just want to see who's gonna, finish it out, get to the World Series, or who's even gonna get eliminated, stuff like that. So let's get into it. So let's list out name all the people that already got a playoff spot.
So that's probably like the Padres, Dodgers, Phillies. That's 3. Orioles, Guardians. Did I say the Yankees? I don't think I did.
Yeah, Yankees. Okay, they just won champion. They just got the championship
So
for the division.
That's 6.
And with the Phillies.
Yeah,
the Phillies got a spot too.
Oh, Astros.
Astros got a spot.
Damn, I'm missing one.
I think it's one more spot left. That's the thing. The Orioles got it too. I think
Orioles got it. I don't, because I think the Tigers and Royals are competing for the last 2 spots. So I think.
Cause see, if the Tigers win, they get a spot, right?
Yeah,
Tigers
if they win today, or Minnesota lose tomorrow.
Okay.
Well, no, if Minnesota loses today, no matter what, if Minnesota loses today, the Tigers will clinch.
Okay. So you said the Royals have a chance to get in the spot?
Yeah, I think either they compete for the last spot or the last 2 spots. So I think, really, honestly, the Royals might not matter anyway. Overall, I think they got like the Tigers projected to play the Astros, I believe it was.
Do you think that the Tigers can pull off a win against the Astros?
I definitely. I figure probably gonna have Tarek Skubal start the first game. Hopefully, if they win, they don't have to play Skubal for the next 2 games that they play against the White Sox. So hopefully they win tonight. Really, no matter what, hoping Minnesota loses, and really just go from there.
Yeah, I'm not so sure because the Astros, they got Jordan. Jordan's a postseason menace. Same with Jose Altuve. He does really good during his postseason.
I figured, like, right now, if the Tigers just stay as hot as they've been since, like, I believe it was August 11th, if they stay hot as much as they have been, they should be straight. Like, just bring that same energy. Probably, especially when they go on the home games. Comerica Park hasn't seen like a playoff berth in a while. So
crowd gonna be crazy.
So yeah, they're gonna bring some fans. As they bringing fans in right now, because they just hoping that they can clinch in these last 3 games.
Yeah, so I'm thinking because with the Astros, they do really good in their postseason. They get to all the way to the top 4.
Yeah, that's pretty usual for them. It's like you just know a couple teams that always just gonna make it. Now the thing about it is you got some teams that you just don't know what tends to happen. Like I feel like the Dodgers and Yankees speak on that part. Usually they're probably one of the best teams in the league, but sometimes when they get to that playoffs, they don't act like it. We haven't seen that. I mean, the Dodgers won in quarantine year, but overall, we haven't seen that from.
That is true. Very true. But, we got Shohei that's doing very well this season.
Yeah, he's probably going to win MVP this year.
Most likely.
Invented the 50-50.
He had that 6-for-6 game.
Yeah.
With the 3 home runs and.
Yeah, he's probably going to win it. I'm kind of hoping that if Mookie can get back together. I don't know if it might not be this year, but him breaking his hand, that kind of was a big downfall for him so far. Not really the best that we'll be seeing. But yeah, really that.
I'm thinking, so for the playoffs, right, I think the Final Four are probably going to be Phillies, Astros, Dodgers, Yankees. That's what I'm feeling like.
That's what it should, to be honest, it should be that. Well, I mean, wait, name them teams again.
You got the Phillies, the Astros, Yankees, and Dodgers.
I mean, usually that's what we think it is, but it never turns out to be that way. It's like I said, the Yankees and Dodgers, they don't. Okay, I lied. Well, yeah, the last time we kind of seen the Dodgers get so high in and a playoff run was, what was it, 2018 or 19 when they lost. So it's been a long while since we've seen that. I mean, the Phillies have been there. You know, they came up short, but they hadn't been there in a while. So it was like you can't just win, just come out of nowhere and just win. You got to kind of go through failure.
And the Phillies have been, because what was it, 2022?
Mm-hmm.
They made it to the World Series.
Yeah.
And then they was playing the Astros, and they came up short on that one.
Yeah.
And then last year, they played the Diamondbacks. They was up. It was actually up, and then Diamondbacks came back on them and lost in the it was semifinals.
It was
semifinals, and then see, I'm surprisingly
the NLCS.
Yeah.
NLCS.
Surprisingly, the Texas Rangers have a negative record after a World Series win.
I just feel like they're not the same guys that what they used to be. They didn't have that same team, like they brought that same energy. Like Corey Seager, he wasn't like he didn't make as much noise as what we usually think. I mean, we saw Adolis Garcia a couple times early in the year, but that kind of just washed away a little bit. But overall, they're not the team that they were. Like losing Jordan Montgomery to the Diamondbacks, so they still not. They will never. Well, I'm not gonna say that because now they're getting a huge beast that they worked so hard for, Jacob deGrom.
Yeah,
he coming back next year as he came back in his rehab starts and finally came back towards like one of their last games. So long as they keep him healthy, I think it'll be just the pick up they might need to get to where they need to be.
And like surprisingly, the Diamondbacks, they always find a way to get that record to get into the playoffs. Because they were down. The record was negative for most of the season, most of the regular season.
Honestly, you was to ask me who would have made the World Series last year, I would never say them.
Yeah, I was surprised at the Diamondbacks. With the Diamondbacks, like before that, they were terrible.
But like I said, I believe Texas made the playoffs already before. I don't think this was like a year where they just randomly just won the World Series.
That was their first one, right?
I think
their first World Series.
I mean, I don't really care that they won the World Series. Like, what did they do to get there? Like, did they lose last year in like a certain spot? Like the Diamondbacks, they made it, but it was like they just hadn't been in that position before.
It makes sense because like Diamondbacks, they have Ketel Marte, Corbin Carroll,
Jock Peterson, Jordan Montgomery.
Yeah, Jordan Montgomery.
Zach Gallen.
Oh yeah, Zach Gallen, great pitcher.
Yep. What's his name?
But they have.
What's his name? It's the first baseman.
They had
Christian.
Christian Walker.
Yes, Christian Walker.
Their third baseman's pretty good too. His Eugenio Suarez.
Eugenio.
Suarez.
Former Tiger, a veteran.
Yeah, but Diamondbacks have a good group of guys, and they might be able to get back to the World Series. But
I feel like they can get a couple more young pieces because right now they got a lot of veterans on their team now. Like Christian Walker's entering that spot, but Ketel Marte always puts on a show each and every single year. So I can't even say that he a veteran. Eugenio's he's getting there. He's been in the league for a little while now. But Ketel and Corbin, them are going to be the two pieces, and then Zach needs to go out there and just try to be the pitcher that he can be.
Oh, yeah. I'm thinking Diamondbacks, they have a good chance of getting to the World Series. But me, I am a Phillies fan, diehard Phillies fans, Bryce Harper, Kyle Schwarber. So I'm really hoping they can pull off a World Series win this year.
I'm a diehard Tigers fan. I don't care. I'm gonna rep the city of Detroit.
I love the Tigers. But it's like it's the same for me with like the Pistons and the Lions.
I mean, the Lions, it was their first one in like forever.
Yeah.
And, I didn't even. To be honest, I'm not gonna get mad that they lost last year because it was like I'm only mad because they gave up that 17-point lead and they could have came back. But it was just they hadn't been in the position that they was in a long time. So it was like you wasn't about to just go up there and just stomp through just based off of one or two 1.5 good years. It wasn't like you just gonna go in there and stomp everybody. Then go against a great 49ers team, then have to go against the Chiefs again, who they kind of slipped through a little bit on at the start of the year.
For sure did. But I was saying, I will always support my city's team, but I got that one team, because our teams, like Tigers, they're not the greatest. So I'll have that one team that I like to support.
I got that one team as well, but it's like you said you like Bryce Harper. I like the Braves as well, and we don't have Acuna. And ever since, and kind of not having Acuna probably brought a downfall, like not getting the help that they need, they really need it.
Then feel you.
Just Matt Olson having kind of a not as much of a great year as what he originally had.
Last year, he had a great year last year.
So, yeah.
Like home run leader, right?
Yeah.
Home run leader.
Acuna coming up with the MVP and come back and suffers his second
ACL injury.
Yeah.
Because he has 70 stolen bases last year. 70.
Yep.
That was
70 and hit the 40-70.
40-70 club.
I feel like he did it in like a grand fashion.
He did it in
like a grand fashion. He really impressed me on that part, like how he got married. Well, when he had 30-60 year.
Yeah.
He really impressed me on how he had got married the morning, then ended up coming up later that night in LA and hitting a grand slam for his 30th.
Yeah, that was I like that very much so. The Phillies, they got two of my favorite players. Bryce Harper, Stone Cold, Nick Castellanos. I love Nick Castellanos. It's just because with Nick Castellanos, it's a little saying that where he something bad happens, he gets a home run.
Yeah, he did have a point because he done a big question about this point. I actually saw what he said. He said basically, really every day of life, something bad is gonna happen. Mm-hmm. So it's like it might not even be the biggest thing, but some people might actually make it seem that bad. Like it just turns out something is gonna happen every single day. So it just turns out that just a day where every day is gonna be it's just gonna be bad for them.
Yeah. But I was saying, I really hope the Phillies can at least go back to the World Series, have a chance of winning the World Series and all. But they are going against a lot of great contenders. They got to go against the Yankees, Dodgers, and then who are Dodgers? Got to go against the Orioles. The Orioles been doing good. Trying to think who else.
You saying for the Tigers?
Yeah, Tigers too.
Oh, well, who was you talking about?
I was talking about the Phillies.
Oh, the Phillies? The Phillies got the team, obviously. They still have, Trey Turner, Kyle Schwarber, Bryce Harper.
The team is pretty stacked.
Castellanos, Yeah, I feel like that pitch is still all right. It's just it's not it's not the biggest anymore. They weren't on their games where you will see, every single day, the year they went to the World Series.
The thing is, their team is so good because of their offense more than their defense.
Yeah.
And then, but yeah, with the Tigers, they really have a hard chance of getting to that spot.
I feel like it's not as hard as what you actually think, because it's like you just now they've been doing well just by winning series of the last teams they've been played since August 11th. They was 9.5 games back. Now they're two games ahead in the wild card to get that last spot that they need. So they basically showed through this whole month of August that they can compete with any single team. Like, honestly, I have confidence that if we was to go against the Yankees right now, I feel like it's a big chance that we can win this series, just based off the pieces of what we done had and the way that we've been swinging a hot bat. And to be honest, a lot of credit could actually go to the bullpen this year. The bullpen actually been great and led them to what they need. I mean, a lot of people don't even know AJ Hinch doesn't like the word closer, like, because we don't have like Gregory Soto anymore, or we don't have Alex Lang. He doesn't like the word closer, so he can put anybody. So it's like you don't know what to expect out of that bullpen. Like, even in the last inning, like, you know who he has, but you just don't know who he's gonna bring in.
Looking at the Tigers' stats right now for hitting, they got pretty good stats. See, 200s for the average all across the board.
Yeah.
Riley Green be doing good. 24 home runs.
I think. Well, I see who is it? Jake Rogers that has the 197. I think. I feel like Jake is, it's a catcher, so it's like it's a position that's not really replaceable. But I mean, I've seen Jake. I know he has the talent to do so. He's a great catcher. He got a great pop tie. Spencer Tork was saying ever since he came back, he's been a different person than what he was at the start of the year. Riley Green, up there in that 263 spot. Yeah, that's great. Like,
Kerry Carpenter at a 288.
Kerry, I'm not gonna downfall him. I'm not gonna pray on his downfall, but that kind of helped because he was on the IL for about a good month or two. I feel like their key piece would be Matt Beerland, because honestly, you can put him either in the 1 or 3 spot, and he's gonna deliver for you.
For sure, you need batting at 258.
Yep. Then Parker Meadows, who's been a great leadoff hitter, leading it, trying to get it back up to him, put it in his hands to do as well. And another person I didn't state was Cole Keith. Cole Keith is like the person you need, like, in the moments. Him and Veerland is like the ones to check in the moments where they need. Like, when you got runners in scoring position, them the guys you want up to bat. Make sure they touch at home, pretty much.
Makes sense. And they done bench Javi.
Hello?
Where the hell you at?
At the school.
I'm gonna be there. Have your ass outside now.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Oh my God.
But see, the Tigers, they have a good chance. They bench Javi. We've been doing terrible this season, but it is what it is.
Yep. But overall, honestly, let's put our picks in who in the World Series.
I'm gonna go with the Phillies. Phillies gonna make it to the World Series.
I'm gonna go with the Dodgers.
Okay, because the Dodgers in the Phillies division, right? They gotta play them.
Oh, they gotta play them.
Yeah, they gotta play them.
Honestly, I don't think the Yankees are going to make it.
Yeah, the Yankees too inconsistent in my opinion.
I feel like the Orioles got a chance. I feel like the Orioles actually got a chance with the young pieces that they have. When I tell you that's a rebuild team, that's a rebuild team.
For sure.
With the pieces that they got, like Corbin Burns.
Has Jackson Holiday been doing good?
He's doing better than what he was
before.
Yeah, so
Jackson should be there.
I'll let you know, he been doing better than when he was. They just called back Jordan Westburg. Still have pieces like Adley Rutschman. Still have pieces like Adley Rutschman.
Gunnar Henderson.
Gunnar Henderson. I feel like Gunnar Henderson is a great leader.
Mm.
They put him in that leadoff spot to do damage, and he's done nothing but that so
Orioles, they're doing good too.
Yeah.
Me personally, I think the Phillies have like a really stacked offense, and so I believe that the Phillies probably gonna make it because they have a lot of bats. They got Kyle Schwarber in the first spot, Trey Turner in the second, Bryce Harper in the third, Alec Bowman in the fourth.
I mean, any person can't go wrong with the Dodgers for me. So it's like
you really can't go wrong with the Dodgers.
What Shohei in the 1, Mookie in the 2, Freddie in the 3.
Anthony Santander.
Yep.
He's very underrated.
Yep.
44 home runs.
Yeah. I was looking at the Dodgers thinking like, okay, so you got like Mookie, Freddie. Like, you just can't go wrong with them first 3, no matter what.
Really
then you have pieces like Teoscar Hernandez.
He's gonna do what he got to do.
Yeah, they're all gonna do what they need to do. So
yeah, like we can do
when they
Dodgers.
step in that spot.
Who are the Dodgers? The Dodgers. There we go. See stats. There we go. That's not Orioles. But yeah, the Dodgers been doing really well. And they have Shohei, which been doing an amazing job this season. So but yeah, we got. So you got the Dodgers and I got Phillies.
You said the Dodgers and the Phillies.
Yep. So I got the Phillies going into the World Series.
I got the Dodgers.
All right, bet. Well, this will end off my first video back after forever. I don't know how long, but first podcast in forever. But yep, thank you, Jarrell, for coming on the podcast. And I'll close out today's episode.
Yes, sir.